I thought, obviously, when you lose your first game, you get a slow start. In the second game, we had to rely on our defense. Our defense was really good just to keep the game reasonable, which we did against Virginia, too. But we got to get our offense going better. I thought Joe did a good job of just kind of maintaining. He didn't score a lot, but I thought he did a good job of, first of all, defensively, got 3 steals. I thought he kind of stabilized us a little bit. I thought early, Buddy hit a couple big shots to get us back in it. But the difference is Boeheim was active, down low. He finished around the basket. We looked for him better. I thought he really played well. But it's like we played pretty good defense. The last 6 minutes, I wanted to try some guys, and they didn't have any idea of what they were doing defensively, and we just gave up open looks. And I think they had 34 points with 6 minutes to go, and they got 20 in the last 6 minutes because these guys want to play, and then they get in and they don't play. So, you have to produce. You have to play defense in that situation. They actually moved the ball and made some good plays on offense. Fortunately, or it would have probably been about an 8-point game. But, I thought Joe did a good job. And Boeheim and Marek were much better. I think everybody in our team can play better on offense. It's a process. We've got to kind of get there. But I thought we moved the ball. We looked for people. They're passing the ball. They're moving the ball. We've got to just get better at it, and which is really where we should be right at this stage. We have a lot of work to do on offense. I thought our defense in both games has been pretty good, not too bad. I think Colgate's a really good team. I think last year it was 46-45 here at one point, and at the same point this year we were up, I think, 22. And I think Colgate's is maybe better than they were last year. But I think our inside guys did a good job. And for the most part, we got to the three-point shooters very well for a long, extended period of time in the first half. They got a couple early, and then we got to them. But, again, we've got a lot of work to do. We need we've been actually had a lot of work in practice, but practice is different. You have to be able to play in games, and when you're younger, you just need time out there on the court. And we got a lot of work to do. The games we have coming up are huge for us. It's going to take us a while to get there, 10, 12, whatever games, maybe more, before we can get to where we'd like to get to. But we got a lot of work ahead of us. Questions?
Jim, what was your messaging to the guys Tuesday in practice heading into the game today?
Nothing special. Nothing special.
Things did seem a lot more efficient out there offensively when Joe went in the game.
Joe, I thought, did a good job. We moved the ball better. He didn't even, he played okay, but he can play a lot better. But it was good. I thought, Buddy was more aggressive tonight, fortunately. He got in the lane against this team and got some buckets. And when he missed, we got rebounds off it because he's penetrating. So I think that was good. Elijah still hasn't hit his stride. He was fine. But I just think he's not to where he can get. He was good, but I think he can get even better.
Was there sort of an imperative to get the ball inside today, given Colgate's not that athletic, not that big in there?
They helped in the screen, so we got him on roll plays, and we missed Jesse a couple times. So if Boeheim can get it in the lane, he can score. If he gets it just outside the lane, he can't score. So you can't just throw it to him. You have to get him in roll situations where he's in the lane already. Then he can score there.
Coach, what has Jalen not been able to show you, and what can he work on to get there?
Did you watch the game?
Yes.
Then you don't need to ask that question. Joe will be starting Saturday.
Are you going to redshirt John Boeheim, Jack?
John Bull's going to redshirt. We just made that determination today, and I think he's going to be really good down the road. We've redshirted 8-10 guys that have been starters for us and been really good players, productive players for us in the last 2 or 3 years of their career, and I think he can be that player too.
Coach, you mentioned you think everyone can still play better on offense. How do you assess the overall movement today?
We're moving the ball. We moved the ball against Virginia. Everybody said we isolate. We didn't do any isolation against Virginia except when we had to, when we couldn't get anything. Then there's always going to be dribble situations in college basketball. You watch any game you want to watch. They're going to get those situations. Kentucky's pretty good, and they got beat by a team dribbling, penetrating against them and getting shots. We're moving the ball. We're sharing the ball. Everybody's touching it. We're not a great screening team because we're not very physical. And then tonight we tried to screen. We got 3 screens, offensive fouls on screens, which we haven't gotten one in years. So we emphasize that, and then they're going to call it. And there wasn't much, if any, movement on any of the screens. But we need to screen better, and we need to move better. Our offense is just, you got 4 new guys, and they got a lot of work to do to get fit together, and we need game experience. The trip this summer was worthless from that point of view because we played 11 guys, and you're not going to play 11 guys, so we need to get a group that gets used to playing with each other and gets comfortable with each other. I looked at 10 box scores last week at random, and there was not 20 teams. There wasn't one team that played more than 7 guys significant minutes. Not one team in the country. That's the way college basketball is, and somebody's like shaking their head because they didn't know that. Well, it's the facts. It's been the facts for many years, and the whole thing about playing 9 or 10 guys, there's a reason nobody does it. You cannot have consistency with 9 or 10 guys playing significant minutes. You have to get people comfortable and get their minutes, and you can do that with 7, 8 guys. I think tonight, for the most part, we played 8 guys, fairly significant. That's about what it's going to be, I would say. 7 or 8. That's what it'll end up being. Okay, we'll see you Saturday.
Coach, one non-basketball question.
Yeah.
Real quick. I'm sure you've seen what's going on campus with some of the students angry about the racist graffiti that was seen in Day Hall. I don't know if you had a message to some of those students who, were trying to sit in earlier today, trying to get their voices heard. I don't know if you had a message to some of those students.
Well, I thought, since I came here in 1962, Syracuse was the first university to really have black athletes, and they actually started in '56. And I think Syracuse University has always been a minority-friendly school, athletically and student body-wise. I've always felt that. And what happened in that situation, that could be one complete moron, could be a non-student, right? We don't know. And you can't go and blame the whole university for what could be 1 or 2 people that are obviously not the kind of people that should be here. If they're in the university, they shouldn't be. And if they're from outside, then we have to try to keep them out. But this has always been, I think, a great place for everybody. It's a diverse university, always has been. I'm not quoting all the percentages, but it's always been ahead of all the other Northeastern schools in representation of minority interests. And I know the chancellor well, and he does not want to have any semblance of that. And he reacted to it. And you go and meet with people, but you have other things you have to do, and all of a sudden, well, he didn't meet with us long enough. Well, how long is long enough? Like, has it got to be an hour or 2 hours? What is it got to be? I think we got a great school. We have a diverse school, and it's always been that way. And I don't think anybody else can say they've been here for 57 years. And I've never seen anything like that. And I would like to investigate that. I'd love to find out whoever, if it's a student, they're gone. And if it's somebody from the outside, fine. Is it 1 or 2 people? Is it a group? What is it? But we need to find out the facts. I think there was television today of some people that are supposed to be pretty smart trying to find out one fact. They can't figure out one fact. So that's what the day of the game, I have to watch television. So I'm lucky I could even come and coach after watching that today. This is who we have running our country, these people. It's really hard to fathom. And we have need of infrastructure, gun control, immigration laws, tax reform, and we are going to spend 12 hours today in a hearing about what I can't even. It's not funny. It's not funny. But what happened at Syracuse, we got to find out if we can. There's no room for that any place, any university, any building, any office in the country. There never has been. I roomed with an African-American teammate in 1963, and it was the greatest experience of my life. Helped me more than anything I've ever done in my life. And that guy's still a big influence on my life today, what he has showed me then and what he shows me every day. And people need to understand that. And as a university, we need to foster that as much as we can. And I think that my experience here, we have done that. We've been through a lot of different situations here in 57 years, and I think we're very committed to something like that, not having any part at Syracuse University. So that's thank you.